Hi everyone. So I've been working on Audrey Hepburn. I know I have a long way to go, but that's the inspiration. So I'm still working on her, making her eyes, it's getting there little by little. But I'm excited because I love how it's turning out. It looks so good. So my inspiration for Audrey Hepburn, I'm gonna share the story, and then hopefully I can load up this video one day. Of course, we want everything to be perfect for YouTube and all the other stuff where I'm gonna be putting this. Oh, I love this. I got this. So this whole vibe was all inspired by visiting Tiffany's with my niece, who took me because she was changing a bracelet. And I'm a grown-ass woman who's never been in Tiffany's, okay? And they had this whole section with Audrey Hepburn. And I was like, oh my gosh, she looks so good. And, I've seen her before. Even in like dreams, I've seen her with a big hat. And I don't know, I just got inspired. So when I left Tiffany's, I went to the what's that, Bryant Park winter, the winter events that they do for the holidays. And I'm walking around, and all of a sudden, like, I say, you know what, let me check out some of like the art studios that they have here, people selling their portraits or their paintings or their pictures. And I'm walking and walking and walking, and all of a sudden I see this big picture, this one, like really big. And I asked them if they had like a small picture of her, and I got it for like $12.99. It was this picture. It was like, I guess, a Vogue cover. And I was like, oh my God, I want to draw that. I really want to draw that. And I came home and I just started drawing her, but I've been at this for like a couple of weeks now, because I went like maybe like, oh my God, it's been like what, a month? And I kind of like put it down, put it up. But it's so inspiring. The more I paint her, like the more details I see with her eyes. Like, I feel like this eye is getting very close, to her. And I notice like the white areas of the eye, I need to make it a little smaller because her eyes are a little more compact, more together. So, I'm still working with her eyes, but I like it so far. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's one thing about me when it comes to drawing. Like, I'm not like a perfectionist with it. Like, I feel like if I feel that I'm satisfied, like, I work based on satisfied. If I'm satisfied, I feel yummy about it, I feel complete about it, then I'll stop. But it doesn't have to be like, oh my God, I gotta be perfect. Like, I don't really operate like that, because I look at art as like fun, messy sometimes. It's not always going to be perfect. And I think that that's what makes these paintings so beautiful, because with art, it's just so subjective. Like, there's no wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do no wrong. And then if you make a mistake, or like you feel like, oh, I did this, I made this, I did that, you can always go back and change it, paint over it or something. So I got inspired by Audrey Hepburn, and I was like, you know what, let me learn a little bit about her. And then when I visited Tiffany's, I went to the, coffee shop. I didn't get to go to I think they call it like the tea house or something like that, little coffee shop that they have there. I didn't go inside, but, it was just nice to be there and seeing all the beautiful settings. Like, they had tables with beautiful settings, and I just got the whole vibe. Like, even like my home table, like, I got these nice embellished vases that I got from a TJ Maxx. Look how cute. I'm a candle maker, so I made some candles, like, like nice blue. I love these candles. Oh my God, they burn so nice. And then I got the Tiffany ribbon, so cute. When I do my pop-ups, I set up the table with a Tiffany inspired table. I was actually looking for to do like teacups and stuff, but I didn't get to find that to make the candles in. But yeah, so what I wanted to say, just so that I don't get out of context of what I'm trying to say. When I started drawing her, I like that she really, you know, fashion precede her. You know, she worked with fashion designers on some of her movie sets. And there's something about her that just made me feel inspired to paint again, because I had kind of like let it go for a little bit. And I pick it up, I let it go, pick it up, let it go. But with her, I needed her at the right time of my life. And let me explain. I realized that sometimes we as people, as humans, sometimes will look at ourselves from a place of like, oh, I don't have a lot, or I don't have this, and I don't have that, and oh no, I can't do this because I don't have enough of money, and I don't have this and that. But what I realize is that to feel rich, you don't have to be rich. You understand what I'm saying? To feel rich, you don't have to have all the money in the world. There are people that are rich that are miserable. There are people that are rich that don't feel rich. They're not satisfied. They want more. They're not satisfied with what they have. And let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with aiming for more. There's nothing wrong with wanting to buy a designer. Like even with my son, like, you know, he was like, Ma, you know, I like designer clothes and all that. I said, you know what? As much as I'm, you know, you should save your money, but I always say, I think that if you worked really hard and you paid your bills and did what you had to do, like if you want to buy yourself a nice expensive sweater or a nice expensive jeans, you deserve it. I think we deserve to have a nice piece. You know, one of the things that I want to get, some nice little Louis Vuitton, you know, shoes one day, you know, like I have things that I want to do as well. And it's okay, because if you're working so hard, you know, making decent money, but everything's going towards the bills, like you got to take some time for you. You got to say, wait a minute, I need to treat me too. And that right there is kind of like the vibe that I'm getting from Audrey Hepburn, that, you know, it's okay to want luxury. It's okay to want to wear nice clothes. It's okay to visit Tiffany sometimes and just have coffee there, you know, coffee at Tiffany's. You know what I'm saying? And she just gave me this energy of opulence and abundance and beauty and, you know, creativity, even with the clothes that you wear, and fashion, that you can create the world that you want based on how you feel. So if you feel rich and abundant, like right now, I feel so inspired painting her. And it's funny because while I'm painting, you know, I like to connect with what I'm doing. And in my own higher self mind, I heard something like, because I was trying to like understand what is the connection that I have with her, like why I got so inspired. Like the whole trip, just going to Tiffany's and just like being there, it was just such a great experience. But she was kind of like the one that kind of made the strong connection for me with that experience. And mind you, this was like a month ago. Okay, and I still feel inspired by her, you know, and who she was. And as I'm drawing, or just because I like to journal, I started journaling and I wrote her name. And as I'm journaling, I heard something like, you didn't draw me to sell me. And I was like, wow, I wasn't even thinking about that. And I was like, wait a minute. This is why there's a connection here, because my story behind drawing her just was so random. Like, I wasn't thinking about money. I was thinking about feeling like money. I was thinking about feeling the opulence and feeling abundant. Um, and I feel like that was the connection between me and her, that she felt like Katia is drawing me because it's bringing out of her artistry, her fashion, her creativity of trying to get my eyes right. Look at her eyes. Look how real they look. Don't they look beautiful? Now, the more I look at her, like, I don't see the same eyes, right? Right? But again, I don't think we're looking for perfection. I think that it's just like the intention behind it, like just trying to draw someone that was such an inspiration for a lot of women. And, you know, she was an actress, she was a mother first and a wife. And I started listening to some of her documentaries, and she also had a lot of like insecurities about herself, just like any other woman. And I was listening to one of her interviews as an older woman, and the man would say, wow, but you look so poised and so restful and so relaxed. And I remember her saying in the documentary, I found it on YouTube, she was saying, that's how I look on the outside, but on the inside, I don't feel that way. So Audrey Hepburn was going through her own insecurities also as a woman, probably with a lot of pressure. And like all of us, like we have our own insecurities about how we look sometimes, or that we want to, maybe, I think she said she wanted blonde hair, and you know, like she wanted other stuff. She wanted like a more voluptuous body because she was very thin. And some women, they love being thin. They love not having like this voluptuous body. But you know, to each his own, everyone has their own thing. But what I liked about her was, yes, I was this woman, but I had my own insecurities as well as a woman. You know, so it's just letting us know as women, like, it's not unheard of that you can look beautiful and still, there are still things inside of you that you're working through. Another thing I got from her documentary, she was saying how I think she only filmed like 5 movies. I might be wrong, but she said because she couldn't be a good mother if she's always away from her children, or always traveling and them not being there. So I think that she didn't take on a lot of work, you know, it was because she wanted to be around her family, which I think is beautiful of her to put mom, you know, family first. And even with that, she still got the respect that she got. And I don't know, she's just been, you know, I never thought that I would be researching Audrey Hepburn, you know. I'm here, this Latina, you know, and I was like, it doesn't matter where you're from. Inspiration is inspiration, and art is art. Like, that's another thing. For anybody that watches this video, don't get so caught up on people's ethnicity. Don't get caught up on, oh, I'm a Latina drawing a European woman, or, you know, like that has nothing to do with art. Art is inspiration. Like, I'm inspired by her, and just drawing her, like, I've never done this before. Like, this is my second time drawing a face. And this face right here looks so real to me that I've never thought that I can draw a face like this. You know what I mean? So she's teaching me even different shades. I was able to capture some of her shade. Like, she has a lot of peach tones, so I'm definitely gonna put some more peach tones here. I also noticed right here underneath her eyes more shading of like maybe more peach white here, you know. So I'm learning a lot of blending with acrylic. I'm using acrylic paint from Michael's. Yeah, and as the channel grows, I'll be able to buy better brushes. You know, listen, I'm working with what I got, okay? We got just regular shit right now. Yeah, and it's like, it's so beautiful. She was definitely about looking beautiful, designer clothing, family, talented. I saw her in one episode, she was dancing. She looks so cute. And it's funny because now that I'm thinking about it, there's a video that Beyonce is wearing all black, you know, with like her 60s looks, if I'm not mistaken, by the year, and it kind of gave me a little Audrey Hepburn, a little look from her. So she's inspired a lot of people, musicians, Hollywood actors, actresses. So yeah, so she's definitely someone that has been an inspiration to paint, and I can't wait to add like the sparkles. I want to put like sparkles here, all on the white areas. I want to put definitely this would be beaded, you know, because that's what the pearls are. These pearls here, if I can get white pearls, I'll get them. These are like, you know, nice pearly color. They're not white. But the centerpiece, diamonds inside. So I'm gonna get some of that embellishment there, and more like shading the neckline, adding more shades over here, more of a shaded thing here. Let me see if I can move the camera. Right, so adding more highlights. Yeah. And her hair is brown, even though it's black here, but maybe put a little more brown tones. I was able to paint the eyebrows brown. But I'm still working on all of this. It's gonna take time, and I'm okay with that. So it's coming out pretty good, right? She got white gloves on. Yeah, paint more of that black. I love it. And then the background, I'm thinking I was gonna do pearls, but I'm not because it'll be too much. But I was thinking of like a glitter, a blue glitter over the whole background. Yeah, that would be so dope. I might even use like tape to make lines. Yeah, so I'm still thinking about the background. Yeah, so yeah, me and Audrey Hepburn are bonding. She's so sweet. She's a sweet lady. I feel connected to her. Yeah, she's allowing me to draw her, you know what I'm saying? With the intentions of just like opening up this new inspiration in my life. And who better than to start with her as well? I'm gonna, oh my God, I can't wait. I would definitely want to draw Frida and so many artists and people that I really want to draw, but I know that it takes time, you know, to draw people exactly the way you see them. And like I said, like the aim for me is just starting this process, seeing how far I can go with it. Yeah, I really like this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, fam. This is my first video on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. And I am Katia from Momentos de Art. That is the name of my new company. I'm also a candle maker with Feng Shui candles, and I do a lot of creative projects. And this is a new venture where I am starting all over again with my art. Yeah, and hopefully y'all can come with me on this journey. Peace and love.